In the last video, I finished up by talking about how one way to form connections with people is to use questions to kind of dig a bit into their motivations, their feelings, their preferences about things. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can reveal your own preferences, motivations, and feelings in conversation, which is going to make it a lot easier to form connections with people. So, a big mistake that I see a lot of shy and unconfident people making is when it comes to forming connections with people, they're afraid to express firm opinions about things. So, a common example that I hear a lot of shy guys say all the time is they'll say something like, yeah, this is nice. So, they might see a movie and somebody asks them how they felt about the movie, and they'll say, it was okay, I don't know. And when you make a wishy-washy statement like that, you're not actually saying anything. I think a lot of shy people believe that this type of strategy makes them more likable, but it's not true. Being too pleasant and nice all the time creates an impression of falseness. It's unbalanced and not real. Guarding your true emotions and opinions and pretending that everything is just okay and nice is a strategy that unconfident people use to avoid being judged. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because this is something that I used to do all the time, and I still do it from time to time now if I don't catch myself. So if you've ever felt like your conversations are boring, then it's probably because of this. You're afraid to commit to an opinion. So how exactly do you stop being emotionally guarded? Well, you have to learn how to use emotional words when you speak. So instead of saying neutral expressions like, I went here, say things like, I love going here. This allows people a window into your preferences, into how you feel about something, and this is key to forming a connection. And even if the other person doesn't agree with you, they don't agree with your opinion about something, they will still connect to your passion and how you feel. By revealing how you feel about something, that other person gets to understand how you are a bit better. That's why it's so important. It's not about having everyone agree with you. It's simply about having them get to know a piece of who you actually are, of what makes you tick. So think about it this way. Why are you afraid to state a firm position or belief about something? Well, you may be afraid that someone will disagree with you, and maybe they won't like you, maybe they'll argue with you. In reality, confident people view the counter opinion, if it happens, as just more conversation, not judgment. So you have certain values, beliefs, and opinions in life. Don't try to change your view or opinion to suit other people. Having firm opinions and expressing these opinions using emotional words allows people to feel like they know you. This causes them to actually remember you. Let me give you an example. I remember one summer I was working with my dad in his business. So every morning and evening we had to ride in the car for about 45 minutes to the business and back. And in the mornings, there was always this guy on the radio called Jerry Agar. And this is a very conservative and very right-wing type of radio host. He had a lot of kind of extreme ideas about how the country should be run. Um, and the funny thing is, he wasn't the only radio show host on that radio station. There was actually several different radio hosts, but this guy, Jerry Agar, this is the only guy that I remember from the radio show. And the only reason why I remember him is because he used very emotional words. He wasn't afraid to express very firm opinions on his show. See, a lot of the other radio show hosts, some of them were more conservative, some of them were more liberal, but those other hosts, they usually talked and they said stuff like, oh, well, maybe it should be like this, but on the other hand, there's this, but, it could be like this. Jerry Agar was the only guy who was very strong and firm in his opinions. And he's the only one that I actually remembered. All those other people I forgot. And if you think about anybody who's memorable at all, from historical figures like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, even back to, say, people in your high school who you remember, chances are all these people that stick out in your mind, that have left an impression in your mind, are people who had firm stances on key issues. They weren't afraid to express strong opinions about something. And even if you disagree with one of these people, unless their opinion was just completely unreasonable, then chances are, even if you disagreed with them, you probably didn't hate them or dislike them just because they had a different opinion than you. Next time somebody asks you about your opinion about something, make sure that you practice this technique. Next time you tell someone that you saw a movie or you read a book or you listened to some new music and they ask you how it was, even if your first instinct is to just say it was okay or it was not too bad, try to use stronger words. And another tip for using this strategy in real life is you can use templates like I think ... because ... So if somebody asks you how you liked a movie that you saw, you can say, I thought it was really enjoyable because ... Right? So you could say anything from because the actors really put on a great performance, or you could say because the director did a great job with the cinematography. You can also use other words like I felt ... because ... This is a technique that my colleague David Hamilton calls I statements. And not only do I statements allow you to express your opinions more firmly and to overcome being emotionally guarded, they're also going to make your conversations a lot more interesting. It's going to make other people enjoy talking to you a lot more, and they're going to remember you a lot more. They're going to feel like they understand you. They're going to feel more connected to you. And when you learn how to open up your own opinions, feelings, thoughts about things to people, then what you'll also find is that other people also will start doing the same thing to you. When you start sharing yourself more with other people, they will also feel more free to share themselves with you. And this is going to allow you to form quicker friendships with people. Now, if you have a really negative opinion about something, then in some cases you can actually get away with saying something like, I hated this because blah, blah, blah. But usually it's better to simply state your opinion in a more even way without being too negative. So you can say, well, I didn't really like it because of this and this and this. See, so you can communicate that you didn't like something without needing to be negative or pessimistic.